I thought it was the best written disaster movie I'd ever read. And the part, although it shoots in a short period of time, is a complete human being. And I could feel the guy's backstory. And I love the idea that inside this disaster film, we've got this little, I'm sure that there are other parts of the movie that I'm not in that include that as well, but that it's really kind of about a fractured family that gets back together. So that's moving and it's universal when it's something that almost anybody can wrap their head around. So I like that. I like the dialogue. And I talked to Rick, the director, and I liked him a lot, and I realized that we could kind of make out of this thing what we wanted to, and so I said, let's do it. I think that, when my wife was alive, I'm just going on the fictional part of it, when she's passed away, she's dead. She was kind of the rock of the family, and we've always been there for them, especially for the kid, he's 7 years old, but we've known him since he was 0 years old, and the kid and me and my wife just love each other. So it's a great. The place in Kentucky where they come to is like not only a kid's but anybody's dreamland. Beautiful pond, horses to ride, grass to roll around in, woods to hunt and fish. So yeah, that's it. Dale's frame of mind is really wanting to know that his daughter and grandson are okay. He's in and out with his son-in-law because they've had their problems, and my daughter's told me about that. I don't know if I want to go into that too much because I don't want to give away anything from the film. But also, Rick asked me about the character. He said, is there any background you'd like? And I said, yeah, he's a veteran. He's a veteran of the Southeast Asian War Games, Vietnam veteran. So, which works really well because when the guy that Jerry plays shows up and has gone through a really rough time, psychologically changing time, I know all about that. I've lived it, seen it, and I told Rick, I said, I myself am a Marine, will be past the grave. All Marines are that way. So he said, you want the guy to be a Marine? I said, no, that's too on the money, too close. But the Army outfit that I had a lot of really good friends in was the 173rd Airborne Brigade. So I just said, make this guy a veteran of that and have some of that stuff lying around the house. And it's what we did. The other thing is that, again, you edit this because I don't want to give away anything. Since my wife died, I'm ready to go too. I don't really have, I built a house for her. I built this whole ranch for her. When I got out of the service, I became a builder and a master carpenter builder. So this is the place that I made for her, and she made it for me. And she's gone now, so I have no real interest in hanging around too much longer. And that's interesting when a disaster is impending, and to play a character that doesn't really care. And, with her gone, with the love of my life gone, it doesn't matter whether I survive another day or 10 years, same amount of time to me. It was fun and easy, you know. Jerry's great, really great. Morena's fun to work with. The thing you always wonder about is when you're working with a kid, because you never know how that's going to work out. And here that has worked out so well. You know, Roger, who is a 7-year-old kid, and I just love each other. You know, I like kids and animals anyway. I always get along with both of them way better than I do with adults. But he's spontaneous and willing to play in front of the camera and not self-conscious. So that's a gift, and you never know if that's going to happen or not. It's about rebirth. It's about coming together. It's about healing, and not to get too soppy about it, but we live in a time now when too many politicians, both on the left and on the right, do this. And we need people that are going to do that, you know. I mean, when I was in New York, and still in New York, all my friends are crazy bohemian, poets, dancers, musicians, you know, bohemian, crazy, straight, gay, but super liberal, super liberal. Almost all my friends in Idaho are cops, plumbers, helicopter pilots, skiers. Most of them are Republicans, and definitely not bohemian. But you know what? They love their families just as much. They care about their kids just as much. You know, they eat breakfast in the morning and then take a crap after it. It doesn't matter. So, and I love them both as much. So, you know, this movie is about that. It's about eventually that if we don't do that, we don't make it. If you're in a team, you know, on a very light scale, if you're, I guess, a football team, and a lot heavier if you're in a military outfit, you work together or you don't make it. And that's kind of the message of this film. Try to get together, try to put together something that can survive it and get the whole thing going again. Oh, I love him, and at the end of the film, he's my kid. Again, don't give up stuff.